Good evening, Eamon, and we're now coming to the end of the first weekend of the Camrose Trophy. Ireland are still playing against Scotland. We're watching Tom Hanlon and Tommy Garvey on board 29. There's 4 boards left to play. We'll have a quick look at the scores after we see what lead is made on this board. So South is in. What board are they on at the other table, Eamon?
They're still seem to be stuck on 28.
Okay, so they're
on 29. They've done 29.
They've done 29.
Or else they're on the opening lead of 29. 3-0 Trump.
Okay, so and you're watching John Carroll, are you?
I'm on John Carroll and Mark Moran, yeah.
Okay, so the 4 of spades was what was led at this table.
Same.
Okay, so they've 3 spade tricks on top, 3 heart tricks on top. That's 6. A diamond is 7. And both diamonds are offside, so they will lose 2 diamonds, but they can't set up a spade trick or get in and enjoy it. And both club honors are on side. So I would imagine, I'd imagine 3-0 Trump's going to make
+1.
Yeah. There's no way they can really avoid not just losing 2 diamonds. It can't cost to play a club to the 10, can it? 2 diamonds and 2 clubs. So I see we've 70 kibitzers at this table, a nice number. There's probably lots of kibitzers when you add them up over all the tables. And of course, we're 30 minutes behind the actual bridge being played.
Yeah, the actual bridge is probably almost finished now.
Yeah, for security purposes. So you might find a lot of the people will log in and have a look at themselves.
Yeah, we had this afternoon, there was something happened in the Northern Ireland match, and one of the players had finished, and she came in and spoke, but she didn't say anything about the hand. She said, I don't want to spoil the fun.
Yeah, but she could come in and have a look. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So he's lost a diamond. What will he return? Hard enough for him, isn't it?
He's taking his time, so it must be hard.
Yeah, Queen of Clubs is a good play. If his partner has 5 clubs to the Jack, something like that, it might be the right thing to do. The declarer might cover the king with King 10x, and then suddenly now when you're in on the King of Diamonds, I reckon that's what they're going to do. That's a decent play by Barnett. It doesn't need much from his partner. Jack to 5 in clubs. Jack to 4 even would work as well. If declarer won the king with King to 3, or no, he would have King to 4 then, sorry. Jack 9 to 4, it works as well, or Jack 8 to 4. Nope, no entry. The 9 of clubs in the West Hand blocks it. So I reckon it's 10 tricks. What did the other declarer do at the other table?
I was just, he made 3n plus 1.
Yeah, so we reckon it's going to be the same, yeah.
2.
Tom might play 3 rounds of hearts. No, I think he has to play the diamond, doesn't he? He can't afford to play any more hearts now. He has to play ace other diamond to set up the diamond and still have the club.
I counted up the number of kibitzers. There's 207.
Between all the tables.
All 6 tables, yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad. I don't think that's bad, because it's not as interesting as when it used to be on BBO. It's a little bit different, I think.
Yeah.
Now, I'd love to be able to see the video of the people as we're playing. That would be a little bit more interesting. I don't know whether it's possible to do that or not.
I think it does. It will happen.
In due course. I mean, Real Bridge is a fantastic, an absolutely fantastic system that they've got up and running, and there's a lot of tables being played on it, and I certainly think it's as close to face-to-face bridge as any other system that there is. I really like Real Bridge. The Bankers Bridge Club play on it on a Tuesday and a Thursday night. Their club night is a Tuesday, and I love every opportunity I get. I love to play on Real Bridge.
Well, it's like you can see the people, you can talk to the people, and
Yeah, it's like us at the moment. Having the camera on enables us to be a little bit more social. We can see the facial expressions, even though we're concentrating on what we're doing. So, oh, he didn't play the club. Played back to diamonds. So he can now just play the jack of clubs to establish the club winner for 10 tricks and a flat board. So as we're waiting for this board to finish, Eamon, we'll have a quick look at the scores.
Right.
So England, they must be beating Wales by some, or
by about the same as what Ireland is beating whoever they're playing.
Yes, it's Ireland are a little bit more.
England against SBU it is.
It is indeed, yeah.
Ireland against
Scotland, is it?
Scotland, right, yeah.
So there's only 5 victory points more Ireland can get, and 5.5 that England can get before the end. And I see Wales are still up in 3rd place with a good win over Northern Ireland. They're leading by 16 and a bit to 3 and a bit.
It's gone back a bit from what it was.
It was above. It was nearly 17 or 18.
Oh, I think it was like 18-2 at one stage.
Yeah. Well, while we're waiting for this team, we might go over and have a look and see what's happening in the Welsh match. Eamon, just check. Can you still see the screen there on the Zoom?
I can see the screen on the Zoom, yeah.
And I'm just showing the table. So will we have a look at Tony Ratcliffe and Julian Pothai?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Now I look at the other one, same time.
Okay. You can stay with whatever match you want. So they're on board 30, and it'll give us a little chance to have a look at the boards. We just show all the cards for the moment.
Northern Ireland have pulled back a good bit. They're only 40 behind now.
Yeah, and I suppose it's the scoring, the usual scoring. The higher the victory point, the less it matters. Yeah, they got 14 there on board 29, which is a big score.
Yeah.
So we go back and have a look at where they are.
6-0 Trump -3 on board 29. That was a bit
frisky.
Must have been frisky or something. I can tell you what happened.
So they're in 4 spades on this hand. Spades are breaking 4-1, but you can draw all 4 rounds of trumps. The diamond is Queen 10 is a nice position to have as well. You can be short roughed once by them having to lead a heart, which might create a trump position. So I think, yeah, he might just play ace of clubs, king of clubs, ruff a club.
This system doesn't show you on the screen the contract in the other room. Sure doesn't.
Well, no, you have to look at the scores.
You can look at scores very quickly
and then see the other one. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't think it shows the result.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal at all. I mean, it's one click of a mouse and you can see it.
Yeah, it's the click of a button. It is, I mean, if we just show people who might not be used to the system, it is really good in the sense that if we just go to the board that you were talking about, 6-0 Trump -3, is that this table or the other table?
That's the other table, but it'll bring you in.
Yeah, so when we have a look at the board and the board comes up and you can see the tables and the people who are playing it, and you can see, click on and what happens. So a diamond is led and they lose the diamond. Yeah, we spoke about this board on the Irish match. And of course, they're in 6-0 Trump. They don't mind. They're not going to be worried or greedy. Yeah, so we can see what happens. They just lose another trick here or there. So you can play the board again and have a look at it what they do on each trick. It's a very good system. And click on scores and we come back to the live match.
Do you know the guy who made this?
Graham Hazel was an English junior when I was a junior. Yeah, he's roughly the same, a couple of years younger than me, I think. But he was an English junior, very bright guy. And I think he had great success doing something similar online with backgammon. So
could be, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. So he had a good understanding, and I'm delighted for anybody involved in it because they work very hard in what they do. They put on a lot of practice sessions for people, a lot of sessions, different training sessions for people who are running it. And I hope it continues to be the success that it is. And the international match are much more secure, I think, than having it any other way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go back to the Ireland match, I think, Eamon.
Yeah.
And have a look and see. So 70, 80 odd kibitzers, 84 kibitzers between the two. Adam Mesber's logged on to have a look at his team. Always nice to see.
Please.
BJ O'Brien. And we just have a quick look at the scores.
They probably see players there because they've finished, I'd say, in real life.
Well, they could as well, but Adam Mesber wasn't playing this segment, was he?
No.
So they're in 4 spades. It looks like it's going to be normal enough, I think. What are they in on your side?
I'll tell you now. Board 30, they played in 3-0 trump +1.
Nice, no trouble. So 4 spades making 3-0 trump +1 is a flat board.
Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong match.
Oh,
I must be on the wrong match.
Misinformation, Eamon. We don't like misinformation in this day and age.
We'll just penalise. John Carroll, I'm going for board 31.
30.
4 spades making.
Yeah.
On a heart 9 lead.
Yeah, and it's exactly the same. It's amazing how often the contract and the lead will be the same at this level. The margins are so fine. So it's better not to go the ace of hearts, to either play small or to play the jack, because if you play the ace of hearts, it's going to give the opportunity for a promotion.
The uppercut or whatever.
It'll come anyway as it happens, but it'll be interesting to see whether Tommy Garvey, what he does at trick 1. It's a tough hand. Even though there's not an awful lot of losers, you still have to guess the diamond position correctly. Small to the jack, we know it's obvious because we can see the queen 10, but if you only want one winner and can afford one loser, there are times where if the ace of diamonds was on the left, small to the king would be the right thing to do.
Derek Saunders in the other room went ace of hearts.
Yeah. I don't think it creates I don't think it matters on this hand whether you go ace or small, because the ace of diamonds is on your right. Now that is interesting, because if the hearts were 6, so let's have a look at what the 2 heart was. Hearts plus a minor. So he probably knows that it's 5 card heart suit. Okay, so he can win. And well, do you ruff the clubs, or do you play a trump to the table and cross trump to your hand and lead a diamond?
You play a club maybe, and then a diamond to the jack. Yeah,
and Tommy Garvey would be good enough to pick up the spades in this position as well, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he might know, even if they lead a heart, he might know to be able to that spades are likely to be 4-1 with hearts and a minor being on his right. Now, he doesn't know which minor it is as of yet. So it's still an interesting board as to determine. He knows spades are likely to be breaking badly with the opening bid of hearts and a minor. Was that bid at the other table, Eamon?
4 spades.
What was the bidding at the other table?
The bidding was east-west silent.
Yeah, so Tommy Garvey has a little bit more information available to him than the other table. So he knows there's likely to be a bad trump break. He doesn't know whether East's minor is the clubs or the diamonds. So I think he's going to cross to the table. The 7 of spades is an awful high card, and I think he's now going to lead a diamond. I think that's the right thing to do, because there's so many combinations where you can set up diamond winners, and it's also going to be knocking out the entry or the problem card in East. So hopefully he might get this right. It's going to be a hard hand to play if he plays a diamond to the king. Now, mind you, if he plays a diamond to the jack and it loses to the
queen,
yeah, it's a tough one.
So he's drawn a second round of trumps.
Well, now that's going to create a problem with the diamonds, because if East ducks a diamond, he's going to ruff a club now. He's going to play ace of clubs, king of clubs, and ruff a club. Well, he doesn't need to do that. He just needs to draw the trumps and guess the diamonds, because he can afford to give up a club to the west hand, can't he?
Yeah. A good diamond guess, and he can afford.
Yeah, good diamond guess.
He's going to ruff a club, I think.
He might finesse it. I don't. If he finesses it, then he's much likely to know where the diamond is. Do you know what I mean?
There he is. He's done it.
Now I think he's going to get the diamond right. I think that's very smartly played. Interesting if there's a duck. Oh, he didn't duck. So he knows now that West can't come another heart. West will either come a spade or a club or lead a diamond, and now the guess has to come on. But we have to think, what's East more likely to have opened with? 1 spade, 3 clubs, 4 diamonds to the queen, and king, queen to 10 to 5 hearts, or ace to 4 diamonds. So it's going to come down to the diamond guess. Are they on board 31?
They are.
So they're steaming ahead at the other side. That's always nice, because then we know the result for anybody who's watching the video. Also, Eamon, the amount of time the players take in a given situation to think, it's very interesting, because they're always having something, they're always thinking.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just bang a card out without thinking. What we'll find as well is if the other matches finish, more kibitzers will come floating in.
True.
But back in the day, Eamon, there used to be how many thousands of kibitzers?
Sometimes you get 1,100 on BBO watching a match.
Yeah. But back when there was view graph on BBO, there used to be multiples of thousands, weren't there? You could have got 2 or 3 or 4, or maybe even up to 5,000. Was there? What was the record?
I suppose for a Bermuda Bowl final, or for an American national final,
or the Europeans.
Well, the Europeans should have about 6 tables on at the same time. It's 12 tables, is it?
Yeah, but when you add up the number of people watching, there'd be thousands upon thousands added up.
Yeah, 20 before COVID, like there used to be 20,000.
So really, I mean, I don't know why there's an awful lot of thought going on here from the West, isn't there?
Seems to be, but Barnett, I think Barnett would think a bit.
Right, he's not known as a sprinter.
No, but I'm not certain, because I haven't watched them that much.
Yeah. So we'll have a quick while they've frozen. We'll have a quick look at the overall scores and see if anything has happened So England are getting a bit further into the lead, 12 victory points. Is it just under 12 victory points? Wales are about 6 and a bit behind Ireland, and the SBU, Northern Ireland, they had a great weekend up to this match now.
They did. They won 2 matches. So that was, I mean, Ian Hamilton told me that he played against England 15 times and never won a match.
Right, fantastic. Yeah, did they beat England?
He said he won 1 match. Northern Ireland beat England this weekend, yeah.
Fabulous.
But Ian Hamilton said it. I played against England 15 times. I only won 1 match against the EBU, not even the full English team.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, so fair play to him, and he's their non-playing captain, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fair play, yeah. So he understands. Yeah, no, they were doing great. I mean, they've been beaten heavily by Wales, but up to that point, they were well above average and competing for second place. So I wonder, has this frozen? Nah, we can't have frozen, can we?
No, he hasn't frozen, because if he was frozen, it'd be on the others. The result would be on the other table.
Well, so will this make him put the guests off on diamonds this amount of time? Has he anything to think about with the ace of diamonds? I mean, with the ace of diamonds, would he play quicker? There we go.
Well, he's played now 10 of diamonds.
Yeah, when he's worked. You see, I'm this there might be a director called here.
Yeah. Could be.
Oh, well, that's the right thing to do, because he can't get to the table. Trump promotion now. No, Trump promotion now.
Yeah.
So I think you might have, the director might be called on this board, Eamon, because the amount of time it took before the diamond was played was a considerable amount of time. I don't know whether he'll get any joy. So this is going to be a big board, and I can't imagine the director won't be called. Well, listen, and we're going to leave this, Eamon, and we'll have a look at the other table, because we don't want to. Where's the other table? There.
Down below.
Thanks very much, Chief. So they're finishing up 2-0 Trump, 5 diamonds. He's got to lose a diamond, hasn't he? A diamond, a heart.
He's lost 2 tricks. Oh, no, he hasn't lost any yet.
Now, he needed to play the diamond. Oh, no, he doesn't. He won't lose a heart. He can play 3 rounds of clubs, and on the 4th club, it's Trump coup, isn't it? He can throw his heart and he can rough in. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
So I'd say, has that score gone in yet? Yeah, look, 11 imps. So it brings it right back down. And it'll make England, look at that, 13, nearly 14 victory points in the lead. 13, isn't it? 13. Now that's tough, but all it requires is one team to give them a beating, and they're back into the field. I mean, that's the reality of a 2-weekend competition with the quality of everybody playing. So yeah, as we spotted would happen, and now they play the winning club, and he roughs in, but that's no good because he can discard the heart. So let's go back to the Ireland match. Have they see if they started? What's the director called, I wonder? Or nothing was said? No.
No, so we wouldn't know.
Well, would you? What?
There might be some player might be there, and they're all finished, like, so there could be a player there somewhere that would know.
We won't say anything to anybody. Georgina Gates. Who's Georgina Gates?
I've seen the name in America. Playing in Nashville.
Grania's there at the table. So she's seen what's happened. Yeah, the numbers are flying up here now. I see great Terry Walsh there, Toss McGee, Trevor Trower, or he's from English, yeah. Brian Cleary. John McGinley, winner. John McGinley won the Holmes Wilson a good few years ago, wasn't it? From Donegal, Eamon, do you remember?
John McGinley.
Yeah, wasn't he on the Donegal team that won the
Oh,
Holmes?
I don't know whether he, I don't know whether he might have been a different somebody.
I think he was. I think if I'm right, I know him well. He's a good golfer. So Trino Trump +1 at the other side, and we're in Trino Trump here. So spade lead gives them a little bit of a tempo, doesn't it? But the diamond is good. The heart blockage, does that create a problem for them? They have 4 heart tricks.
Club is 5, diamond is 6, 2 spades is 8.
Yeah, but you see, if you
can take it, can't you just?
What can you tell me what happened at the other side? Was it played, but was there the same lead or was it a different lead?
I'll head over there now. Where am I going to? John Carroll?
John Carroll, yeah.
Board 31, you want to know?
We just want to see the lead.
Lead is the 2 of spades.
Okay, so that's interesting. What did they do next? Did they duck?
He took the ace of spades and went queen of hearts.
And overtook it?
Overtook it.
And finessed the diamond.
And played the 8 of diamonds and ran it, yeah.
Wow. So when the queen of diamonds comes up, he's got 5 diamond tricks, 2 hearts, 2 spades, and a club.
Yeah, and he makes 10 tricks.
Interesting.
That was... Who was playing that? Mark Moore? No, John Carroll. East. It was played by East in the other room.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because but it was still a spade lead.
Yeah, 2 spades, yeah.
So we have the other table finished and this board still being continuing. This table still finishing. How's all the other matches, Eamon? Are they nearly finished, or there are many more boards left?
They're all nearly finished. I'll just get there and I'll tell you.
Well, if this board is last to play, you'll find all the
32 end, 32 end, 32 end. They're all finished except for our table.
Yeah, so you'll find that they might be having a look at this.
They might call the director.
But why would their cards be played if they called the director?
Don't know. They could have kept going and.
I don't think so. I think, well, we'll find out. We'll know at some point. But I do think, I mean, you're a director, Eamon. I think you're, are you European qualified?
No.
No, unfortunately, not yet. No, not yet is the answer, Eamon. But you're a nationally qualified director. What would your ruling be if you were called to the table?
Well, I'd have to see what was going on. Like, I mean,
well, we were here, and we were here, and
we thought it was frozen. But I mean, if the guy was thinking so long, and
no, let's say the break in tempo was that break in tempo. I mean, and we're playing the devil's advocate, of course, folks, because we don't know what actually happened at the table. They're playing with the videos on as if it's a screen, so their situation is very different to our situation. The screen is normally north and east, isn't it?
Screen
is normally north and east and south and west. So Barnett Schenken was on his side of the screen. So you will find out what happened. But I'm asking you, Eamon, to play the devil. Like, I'll give you the situation that there was a break in tempo. How would you rule if you were called?
Yeah.
Is there a case, or is it just unlucky of a guess and it didn't matter?
Well, I mean, if the guy has nothing to think about and he thinks, that's an issue.
Well, okay. So does he have something to think? Oh, look, we've done. It's gone exactly the same way at both tables. Look at that. So 10 tricks.
Trump plus 1. Yeah.
10 tricks will occur. Yeah, very well done. So look at the similarity between both hands overtaking the Queen of Hearts with the King. I know, Eamon, that an awful lot of my students would be very difficult for them to do.
Well, it'll be less difficult when they watch this video.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why we're doing it, to show people the caliber of the players that play in these events. And they are fantastic players who play a huge amount of bridge to get to the level. Some of them are professionals, some of them are semi-professionals, some of them are amateur. But the level is very high. So we're on the last board, Eamon, and I have to say I'd like to thank you. It's been very enjoyable.
Still looking at your ruling.
Good man, you're having a good think about it. Well, that's what we want before we finish. That's why we have you here, paying you the big bucks, Eamon.
Don't tell Jim Mullally
about the big bucks.
Yeah.
Good man, Jim. Jim's a great man, former treasurer of the CBAI. So we have, as we're talking, a 2-0 trump by West, some sort of strong hand, probably 20-22 or some of the like. Pass from North with a 13 count and 5 hearts. And I remember this board. At the other table, John Carroll, I think, bid 5 diamonds over 2-0 trump and made it, because clubs broke 3-3 and he was able to do an en passant with the trumps. So Steve has given this a little bit of thought to be thinking. 3-0 trump won't make. In fact, it goes a lot off, because you've only 1 heart stop and no spade stop. So they can take 3 spades, 4 hearts and a diamond. Declarer can take 4 clubs, a heart and a diamond. So 5 diamonds was a very good bid by John Carroll at the other side. It gives them a chance to gain him some. I would expect Steve to make the same bid. We've seen it so many times, Eamon. The same play, the same bid, the same lead, same level of player keeps the margins so tight. Good amount of thought. So quick look at the scores. Nothing has changed so much, has it, Eamon? They're all the other tables are finished, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're the final scores you're looking at.
So from an Irish perspective, of course, we almost always remember that there might be other people. If you're rooting for Ireland, we need East not to make a bid. And then that's a big gain, because 5 diamonds making is a vulnerable gain. But as I said, of course he is. I can't imagine with a 7-card suit headed by an honor opposite a strong hand that they wouldn't be doing what they're doing.
He's after doing 3 spades. It must be.
Well, that's something to do with the minors. A double now from the hand. How many does 5 spades go off, Eamon? They lose a heart, a diamond, and 3 clubs. 500.
Heart.
3 spades is a relay. A relay to 3-0 trump, and then he'd show the sort of hand he had.
5 spades, 3 off, is it?
Yeah, I think it's going for 500. Now, that's guessing the spades right, but I'd imagine he's going to be able to do that.
On the 3 spade bid showing the long minor.
It doesn't. And on the law of vacant spaces, if you know this hand has a long suit in the minor, then they've got 6 or 7 of them. Therefore, they've only got 6 or 7 empty spaces. And if this hand has 3 or 4 of them, they've got 9 or 10 empty spaces. And also on the basis of the points, Eamon.
Mm-hmm.
And if this hand doesn't have the Queen of Spades, now it won't know the Queen and Jack of Diamonds. So West is having a another considerable amount of time having a think. And of course, hesitating isn't the problem, Eamon, but it can create situations.
Well, back on board Turkey, you have the Queen 10 of diamonds and the Ace to 4, and a long thought, and eventually 10 of diamonds.
Well, you see, I don't think the Queen Jack, the Queen 10 of diamonds has anything to think about. I think they should.
But the point I'm going to make is that Tommy Garvey, as the player, can say to himself, well, sure, I'll go to King, and if I'm wrong, I'll call the police.
But that's not a basis. He has to have a reason for doing it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking you: is there a legal basis that Tommy Garvey could be able to get the score changed? Is there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. If he can convince the director or make a reasonable argument that
Barnachenko didn't have to think about it that long.
Yeah. He'd nearly be able to say, like, your man must have the Ace of Diamonds when he's.
Well, why? Yeah, why? I mean, because if you know your queen, you know your diamond is dead underneath the King Jack.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. It'll be interesting. We might do another video on the second weekend, Eamon, and we'll be able to update the people as to what happened. The 6 viewers that will get to watch this. My mother and father will be 2 of them. So he's bid to 5 diamonds. I don't think they'll find a save and 5 hearts. I think it's going to be the same. I think this is going to be a flat board, Eamon, and the results are going to stay pretty much as they are. So that's board 11, and that's the one we've been talking about. That'll be the interesting one to see what's happened, whether there has been anybody, a director called, or what happens. We might not get to know this evening, Abe. We call that a VAR.
A VAR.
Oh, 5 diamonds doubled. Oh, so that's looking like it's going to be 4 imps. Now that's a little bit of a lucky make, because the odds of a 3-3 break in clubs is 36%, is it?
Yeah. Well, 36%, what do they call it? A priori.
Yeah, in isolation. But it's more likely to be probably breaking badly because of the bidding.
7-card diamonds.
Exactly. So, I mean, I do think it's... It's a lucky make. I can't see him not going down. So that should be, if we expect it right, 4 imps coming back to Scotland, which will give them a 13 imp, which would probably be another victory point, Eamon, going back to the field, and another victory point to England. So maybe 55, nearly 15 victory points I'd be thinking about, Eamon. That's 3/4 of a match. Now,
yeah,
the next...
They mightn't get Northern Ireland doing as good next time.
Well, it needs everybody to be competing everybody else to make it competitive and interesting. Of course, England have a multiple of wins in this competition. Scotland would be second, would they, in the amount of wins?
I'd say I reckon so, because I mean they're playing.
Well, Ireland are only
they won some back when Michael Rosenberg and Barnachenko
back
were
in
young.
Back in the day, yeah. So yeah, he's done that. Won the heart. Now he's going to play exactly the same way as John Carroll, and he's going to, en passant, throw away one of his losers, either in heart or spades. Doesn't matter which. But there's nothing with the 10-card fit in diamonds. There's nothing that can be done. So just before we finish, Eamon, we'll show them your blog. So if you ever want to have a look and see what's going on Ireland News, you just search for Eamon Gal blog and it'll come up. And if you click on it, he does lots of interesting articles on bridge that he sees online and tournaments and that he runs on top players. And there's lots of interesting to go on it. There's Tom Gilligan, Dave Terry, Martin and Adrian Purdy. So have a look at Eamon's blog. You'll see lots of information, and runs lots of bridge tournaments. And Eamon, I'd like to thank you very much. I've enjoyed the hour or so we've spent together, and I wish you well for the future.
Yeah, same to you, Thomas, and everything that you're doing for bridge.
Sure, we chip away, Eamon. We do what we can.
And you have your videos there on your YouTube. Plenty of videos about how to play hands.
Indeed. Have a look at them and enjoy them, everybody. Thanks very much.